Hello, thank you for joining me today. My name's Vicky. Usually on Wednesdays I share a meditation with you, and today I thought I would just take a little step back and think about some of the things that might help with your meditating. Just a couple of steps that might make you feel more confident, to feel that you're doing it right. I mean, firstly, there is no right and wrong, but we all have this sense of that we aren't doing it right. So hopefully this will give you some more confidence in that. I'm going to be quick, so just settle in, listen. First of all, meditation, we want to think about focus. So we're going to focus, we let things be, and then we just come back and repeat to the first step of focus. We let things be, we come back. It's a little bit like walking up to the ocean and watching the waves on the shore. They roll in, they roll back again, over and over. And our meditation is exactly the same. We're just repeating. Focus, letting things be, and coming back to it. We all have these kind of, some of us have misconceptions about meditation, that we have to be this sort of consumed with this stillness and this quiet, this otherworldliness, spiritual experience. And often that's not the case. We might get glimpses, and this can be experienced often, and it's almost there in our meditation, and just as we glimpse it, it fades. But even without the kind of promised euphoric bliss that the philosophical books kind of promise from meditation that you will achieve, just by meditating, we're helping our minds. Because meditation is a practice of the mind. We're training the mind, the muscle of our mind. We're simply training it to focus where we want it to focus, to let things be. We control a very small sphere of this universe, just ourselves, nothing out there. And that's all we can do, is repeat, focus on what we want to focus on, let things be, and repeat. As we show up to our meditation, an attitude of kindness is going to be helpful. Over and over we repeat, focus, let things be. And as our minds wander, as we become distracted, we learn to realize that we are the distraction. And this is not the failure that we might think it is. The success of being aware of our distraction. We be kind to ourselves in that moment and just focus. Let it be. And come back to that focus if you need to. Maybe the distraction has a name, maybe there's an emotional frustration with it. So we practice this idea of letting it be. We accept it as we accept that our meditation practice is as it is. We let the to-do lists roll away, a little bit like the waves rolling down the shore, and we just return to the focus. So where is the focus? Well, maybe it's on the words of the meditation, maybe it's the breath, perhaps it's an object, maybe it's myself as a physical form. I might be counting the breath, I might be noticing part of the breath. Maybe I'm using words, a mantra running through my mind. But always thoughts, thinking, come in. And when they do, you just let them be. I'm not a big believer in too many rituals for meditation, so lighting candles, special spaces. I know they might be useful for some. I just think they can cause procrastination, this idea of I will meditate when really we can just close our eyes and meditate. But there might be some things that can perhaps assist us in our focus, in our letting things be, in our repeat. So here are 3 things to consider. The first one is our posture. So whether you're seated or lying down, you need to be comfortable. So the mind can give us many distractions already. So we need to find a posture that doesn't overly distract us. We should consider the idea of the breath being free and easy in this, because breath is often an important part of the meditation, and breath makes us feel good as well. So if that breath is free and easy, we're going to feel better regardless of the meditation. So this is about having a straight spine, but we have to kind of have this delicate balance between not being hunched over, but being straight, but not being tense, as it were. And that may be lying down. And if that is the case, so be it. If we aren't comfortable, we can move during a meditation. As I said, this idea of stillness, it's not an endurance test. Remember, be kind. So our hands, where do we put our hands as part of this posture? Well, we might use a mudra, which is just a hand gesture. That could be helpful. I like the cosmic mudra. So you place the hand that you write with down. You put your other hand on top, and you just gently press the thumbs. And this will just rest down in your lap. It gives your hands something to do, and then sort of hanging down the side of the body. You can just rest them on your legs if you want to, at the side of your body if you're lying down. Does closing our eyes help? Well, it takes away the visual distraction for sure. And sometimes it gives us an inward gaze. So does an unfocused gaze, or maybe a gaze onto an object. Really, it's what works for you. If you close your eyes and you fall asleep, then finding your eyes a little bit open but unfocused might be the trick. Try different things. Find out what works for you for your meditation practice. The second thing is our attitude. We've talked a little bit about this idea of being kind. The body, the mind, they all want to distract us. This person that's trying to be quiet and still for meditation. As we start to focus, maybe on our breath, an object, words, you notice you're not focused, you're going to let whatever it is be, and you're doing that with a kindness to yourself. You're not kind of berating yourself saying, oh, you're useless at this. We all go through that process of being distracted and having to refocus. It's a practice. Sometimes we can maybe picture our distractions as bubbles floating away, clouds wafting across the sky, a river, stream with things flowing away from us, away, going back to the ocean with a thought or whatever it might be. Gradually, as our experience in meditation increases, we might find that the space between the distractions lengthens. Some days that is. Other days, we might be full up with thinking and distraction, and we just have to let it be. When you finish your meditation, however long you've set yourself, just letting it be. Remember, there's no wrong or right, no bad or good. Now, I said 3 things, didn't I? So we've got posture, we've got attitude there, and the last one would be habit. Show up and practice. Practice when you don't need it, so that you've kind of created some muscle in that mind for when you do. Perhaps it's daily, maybe weekly is more realistic, but just making it a habit. Take it onto an existing habit that makes it easier to remember. Make that habit realistic. And remember, most of all, be kind. So I hope some of this helps. Please get in touch if there is something else which makes meditating difficult for you. I'm sure you're not alone in that. But maybe to start with some of these things and see if they help. Thank you.